Hi, I'm Jason Horsch, owner of Xanadu Gallery in Scottsdale and Pinetop, Arizona, and this is Ask a Gallery Owner. Today's question comes from Jenny, and she asks, a lot of people these days sign their work on the back of the painting. I sign with my initials on the front with a color that won't stand out too much, a tone darker or lighter than the color I'm signing on. I understand that a signature can be a distraction and take the eye away from the image. I'd like to know your opinion on this, please. Yes, so signatures certainly are a topic that comes up from time to time. Every artist is going to deal with this question. Where and how do I sign? How consistently do I sign in the same way? Does it vary from piece to piece? Is it a distraction? How important is it for a potential buyer to see that signature? And ultimately has to decide what direction they're going to go in when it comes to signature. I am of the opinion that a signature is important in the sense that collectors buying original artwork anticipate finding a signature somewhere on the work. I am also of the opinion that where you sign or how you sign is a matter of personal taste to you. You are the artist, you get to decide. And in most cases, unless it is an example, collectors are not going to be too concerned about this. Do we want a signature that stands out or fades away? That's going to depend a little bit on your style. Signatures that are not meant to be obscure. And then obviously there are some artists who want the signature to stay out of the way of the composition. And I cannot think of a single instance where I've had a collector or a potential collector say, oh, I love this piece of artwork, but man, that signature is just killing it for me. I can't do it. No, it just doesn't happen, at least in my experience, or if it does, it's very rare. And so you've got some latitude when it comes to signature. Now, Jenny, I do agree there are some artists who are deciding to take the signature off the front of the artwork. If we think about the tradition of the signature, I would suspect that a majority of signatures are going to be found in the lower right corner that's just been the tradition. But does it have to be there? Is there some law that says you must sign in the lower right corner 1/4 inch from the bottom? No, there is no such law, and certainly there's a lot of flexibility there. And so I do see some artists who have moved their signature around the side of the canvas if it's not framed. I've seen artists who are moving the signature onto the back, and then artists who are signing on the front in a traditional space. And like I said, it just ultimately doesn't seem to have a huge impact as long as I, as the gallery owner, when the question is asked, is it signed, can point the potential buyer to that signature. I like the idea that you're mentioning, in your case, wanting to keep it subtle and therefore using a tone or a shade that's a little bit lighter, a little bit darker than the background that it's on. If you are looking to obscure the signature a little bit, that can be a good way to do it. Generally, I like the idea of an artist having a spot where they typically sign, where most of their art is signed, so that it's a little easier to find. But again, depending on a composition, sometimes it just doesn't end up working out to always have it in the same place, and that's okay. So that was a really long way for me to answer sign where you like. Choose the spot that you feel aesthetically best works for you, and then go with it. Your clients will trust you on that. I hope that's helpful, Jenny. I hope that's reassuring to know that you're signing it just fine, and if you do decide you want to change it, you can, but I just wouldn't feel pressured because some other artists are signing on the back. If you have a question that you'd like to have answered, be sure and leave it in the comments below. If you have comments on signature, share with us why you sign your work the way you do. We can continue the discussion in the comments. And if you haven't already, be sure and sign up for our newsletter or subscribe to us where you're watching this video so you can see future sessions. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.